Gryphons, and welcome back to another edition of Gryphon News.
We're glad you're joining us here in Advisory, settling in and getting ready for the day.
As always, we're here to bring you the latest updates, important reminders, and everything happening around our school this week.
We've got a packed up lineup, so let's get started.
Hey y'all, Mr. Blakemore here, and I wanted to talk to you guys real quick about Movember, also sometimes known as Men's Health Month. Movember is a time to kind of pause and shed some light on two things that sometimes go unnoticed in men, which is prostate and testicular cancer. They are some of the leading causes of cancer that men can get, and a lot of times it's a sensitive subject that men don't want to talk about. And so Movember is a time to push past those boundaries, if you will, and have those difficult conversations so that we can bring awareness and prevention, hopefully, in some of our loved ones' lives. For me personally, Movember means a lot. There's been plenty of times where I've donned a mustache to try to raise awareness for Movember. Sometimes men will do that in a way, you look a little silly sometimes, and people will say, why do you have a mustache? And you say, well, it's for Movember. And a lot of times people will say, well, what's Movember? And that opens and invites that conversation on talking about men's health. And like I said, particularly getting screened for those two types of male cancers. Movember means a lot to me. It has a special place in my heart because unfortunately, in 2020, my father passed away from prostate cancer. One day he went to the doctor thinking he had the flu, and they ran some tests, and he found out way too late that he had stage 4 prostate cancer. Cancer quickly ran its course through my father's life. He tried his best to fight and battle, and did some of the chemo and therapy options, but ultimately it did take his life. And it was very difficult watching a man that I grew up idolizing and taking a lot of my lifelong quotes and learning experiences from, and seeing him become a shell of himself by the end. It still hurts thinking and knowing that he didn't get to meet my children, and he won't get to see them grow up, and they ask about him, and I just have to tell them that, he passed away before they were born, but he watches down on them and loves them very much. And so stuff like that is why Movember is important. If you can have these conversations with the men in your lives, the dads, uncles, mentors, men who mean a lot to you, tell them to go get screened. Tell them to go visit their doctor and get checked up on. And that may be difficult to have that conversation, but what's a lot more difficult is not having them in your life and seeing them go through the difficulties of prostate or testicular cancer or any kind of men's mental health that could really bring them down and change them as a person. So for Movember, I love that people are trying to learn about it. I love spreading the word. I love my dad. I miss him very much. And I don't want any of you to have to go through that as soon as I did. Stay sharp. Go Gryphons.
On Tuesday, seniors will head out on the Youth League KC field trip. Meanwhile, the debate team competes at Schedule High School from 2 to 8 p.m.
There will also be a financial aid parent meeting at 5:30, so make sure your families know.
On Wednesday, juniors continue mental health first aid during junior seminar.
And Thursday, juniors will complete another mental health first aid session.
Friday is packed. The mid-semester honor roll field trip, a debate competition at Park Hill South and North KC, and the Winter Sports Prep Assembly will all be on the assembly schedule that day.
Also, Friday, varsity boys basketball plays at UA versus Northeast, and varsity girls basketball travels to St. Teresa's.
To finish strong, Saturdays bring one more debate competition at Park Hill in KC.
Gryphons, hydrate, stretch, and stay on top of those calendars. This week is stacked.
Good morning, Gryphons. This is not Miss Boyd here, but We are here with your SEL moment. Today, I want to talk about gratitude. Gratitude is all about noticing the good things in our lives, even the small ones. Sometimes it's easy to focus on what's missing, but taking time to appreciate what we have can make us happier and more connected to those around us. Take a moment today to think of one person, place, or thing that you're grateful for. You can even write it down or share it with someone. Remember, gratitude doesn't just come to make you feel better. It also can brighten someone else's day when you express it to them. Let's make a goal today. Tell someone why you appreciate them or share a kind word about what you're grateful for. Notice how a simple act of gratitude makes you and others feel. Stay thankful, stay kind, and keep soaring, Gryphons. And happy Thanksgiving break.
This week's special segment, we wanted to talk about something that's been popping up around all classes lately.
AI, specifically how we're using it, and some of us were caught using AI. We are not saying names, but we need to learn that AI is not to be used to do assignments. It's not meant to replace your assignments or write your work for you. Teachers want your thinking, not a robot.
Using AI to learn? Great. It's to skip the learning, not so great.
So for this week's reminder, use AI appropriately, use it responsibly, and only when it actually supports your learning.
Right time, right place, right purpose. That's the goal.
Stay mindful, stay positive, and keep soaring, Gryphons. Have a great day.